And I'll be guiding you through your practice today. If anything is weird, you can't hear me, you can leave it in the chat or unmute yourself and let me know. We'll start in a seated position. And you can have one foot on top for a half lotus seated position. The full would be both feet. But I think this is, for most people, this is good for now. And you can gently rock from side to side on your sit bones, front and back. I'm gonna find where your weight is leaning today. And then come into your center. And all these words like center and neutral, they're made up in a sense. Don't really exist because we're always adjusting, we're always changing, just like stillness, we're always moving. So we use these words to understand, but it's never really exact. So find your middle ground and close your eyes. Inhale through the nose, notice where your shoulders are. And exhale through the mouth, in through the nose. As you close your eyes, bring your gaze in and up to the space between your eyebrows at your third eye point. So even with your eyes closed, we can create a focal point or a drishti. In through the nose. Expand the back of the rib cage. Exhale through the nose. Squeeze your transverse abdominals all the way down through your pelvis. And then inhale. Squeeze from the bottom, your root lock all the way up through the crown of your head. And exhale. Inhale, hold at the top. Imagine a white light surrounding you. And exhale. And gently move your shoulders around in a circle. And reverse that. Drop your chin to your chest, down and to your left. Down to your right, in through the nose, out through the nose. Kind of letting your head really drop forward before it moves to the side. Using the opposition of, so my head is to the left and my right shoulder is pressing down to feel even longer on the side of the neck. And then down and to the left, hold the right fingertips down at a diagonal, the left arm up and over to grab the right ear and gently pull. Keep a space between your left shoulder and your left ear. In through the nose, out through the nose. And then send the gaze slightly down. Release down and to the other side. And reach the right arm up and over. Create a focal point here with your gaze again. And gently at the diagonal. And release down, roll up through the spine, come back to your middle ground. Switch whichever foot was on top. Close your eyes. Inhale through the nose. Hold. And exhale through the nose for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice your breath. Take your thumb and place it on your right nostril. Inhale and exhale through the left nostril. If it's really hard to breathe this way, you can also place your left hand on your left cheek and breathe through the left nostril. We'll be here for a minute or so. This helps to calm down our fight or flight nervous system. Bring awareness to your whole body as you breathe. Keep the focal point at your third eye. And release your right finger. Inhale through both nostrils and exhale. Notice your breath. And place one hand over your heart, one hand right beneath your belly button. Allow your chest to soften. And while you're here, I'm going to read a quote that may help you with your intention for your practice today. Wholehearted attention. When the teachings tell us to make friends with our emotions, they mean to become more attentive and get to know them better. Being ignorant about emotions only makes matters worse. Feeling guilty or ashamed of them does the same. Struggling against them is equally non-productive. The only way to dissolve their power is with our wholehearted, intelligent attention. Only then is it possible to stay steady, connect with the underlying energy, and discover their insubstantial nature. Another descriptive way almost to remind us to stay in the present moment. Take what you resonate with from that and let go of anything that doesn't serve you in this moment. And then gently open your eyes. Inhale through the nose, exhale side out, and take your rib cage around in a circle. So I use my hands against my knees And I let my head float over my spine and follow. As I roll back, my chin completes the curve by tucking into my chest. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And reverse that circle. And roll up through the spine. Walk your fingertips forward, hinge at the hips. Reach both sides of the body, lengthening to rest your forehead down on the mat. You can also stack your fists to rest. In through the nose, out through the nose. And send your gaze over under your right armpit. The center, and then under your left armpit. Walk your hands all the way up. Roll all the way up through the spine. Again, switch whichever foot was on top. Inhale, reach your arms up this time. Interlace the fingers, pinky to the back wall. Shoulders up to the ears. Down the back. Squeeze the biceps against the ears. Down the back. Send the gaze to the right. And then to the left. Flex the hands out to the side. Expand the chest. Point the fingertips down. And walk your hands forward. Lengthening from the bottom base of the spine and fold forward. And under your left armpit. And then the right armpit. Center and roll yourself all the way up. And come onto all fours with your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And rock forward on, put more weight onto your hands. Hinge forward and then back. In through the nose, out through the nose, bringing weight onto your fingers, really press down through all 10 fingers. Inhale and exhale. And take a few cat-cows. Inhale, arch, and look up to the ceiling, open your chest. And exhale, curl through the spine. Create space in your upper and lower back. Inhale, slowly articulate through the spine, open the chest. You can turn your head here. And exhale, curl. Inhale, arch. And then move the hips to the right and the head to the right, but keep the gaze down. Stretch the left side of the body. Inhale, center. Exhale, hips to the left, head to the left. Like a dog wagging its tail. Back to the center. Now bring more of the weight onto your knees for this and walk your hands slightly in. You can tuck your toes too if it feels good or better for you. And lift the bottom of your wrists off and then lower without lowering all the way down. Hover the palms of your hand an inch off the mat and then press back up. In through the nose. We're strengthening the wrist and the fingers here. And exhale through the nose. So you can also notice how you can put more weight onto your hands. You can walk your hands farther out and it'll be harder to lift the palms of your hands up. Lower and hover. This is going to help the groundedness of our downward dog or anything you do on your hands, really. 2 more of these. Nose. And flip the palms, the face up. And you're going to rock to the left and close off your left hand or your right hand in a fist. So my hand's in a fist. And then you open the right hand and then rock to the left, close off the left hand in a fist. And then you switch. Again, strengthening the fingers, the back of the hand. As you open the opposite hand, try to get the thumb also down, all the fingers down. In through the nose, out through the nose. It's also good when we're on our phone or our laptops all day. We don't really strengthen our fingers and our wrists as much. And now I have 2 fists, and I'm gonna rock my right hand in front and then back. So bending front and back like this, like a hinge on the wrist. So rock forward and back and forward and back. We do the other side, forward, back. You can alternate between the 2 hands. Be aware of your underneath, the space underneath your belly button. So be aware of your core here. And then come back to all fours. Bring the toes together and the knees open. Sit back into your hips. Walk your hands up forward, child's pose. Again, lengthen the sides of your spine as much as you can. And then roll yourself up, head and neck, the last thing to roll up. From here, I'm going to take rabbit pose. So for rabbit, you grab the backs of your heels in the seated position. You tuck your chin into your chest. The crown of your head is going to be on the mat. The chin is tucked in. And from here, you lift your hips up as you pull against your feet. Your hands are pulling against your feet. You're resisting. And there's a curl through the spine. You're creating a curl. And release, roll up through the spine. Back to all fours. Tuck the toes under. It's like somebody's trying to get in. Tuck the toes under and lift the hips up into your downward facing dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other. Your first down dog of the day. Come up onto your toes and then lower onto your heels. You can rock from one hand to the other. Feeling the shoulder blades down the back each time. You can look to one side and the other side. You can sit in the hip, allowing a little more play here in your down dog for today. You can move your spine. The nose out through the nose. And then inhale, lift the right leg high. Keep the hips parallel. Really straighten that right kneecap to keep the line of the energy of the line. And then bend the right knee, open the hips. You can let the foot dangle and think of pulling the knee up first and then out to the side. Really keep the right hand pressing into the mat. Inhale, exhale, roll through your spine, right knee to right elbow. And press back up. Right knee to left elbow. And press back up. And right knee to the forehead. Place down, lower the back knee. Inhale, reach up. Tuck the tailbone under to feel the stretch in your left hip flexor. Bring the palms together, index finger points up to the ceiling. Be aware of which thumb is on top. Inhale, exhale, slight arch back. You can also open the elbows to a cactus arm. Inhale, reach up, straighten the front leg, fold forward. Tuck the chin to the chest, point or flex the foot. Pull up through the kneecap, half split. Inhale, back, low lunge, lengthen from the base of the spine, crown of the head, and rock front and back, propelling through the back heel. And from here, turn the foot out immediately to warrior two, open the hips. Stack head over tailbone, 90-degree angle, the front thigh. Fingertips reach in opposite directions. Inhale, exhale, extended side angle. Place the forearm on the thigh. Reach the opposite arm up. Keep the right side of the torso engaged and supported. You can send your gaze down for any neck sensitivities. Or if you'd like to take a bind here, place your left hand behind your back, your right arm underneath your thigh. Reach to grab the fingers and lean back. You can also use a strap here to get your hands closer to touch. And from here, place both hands down, turn back to your low lunge, step back into your plank, and move through your flow. You can place your knees, your chest, and your chin, move through your full vinyasa, or from your plank, can move to down dog. Breathe here. And then walk your feet to your hands. Hold and hang. You can have a slight bend in your knees, grab opposite elbows. Rock from one side to the other. Take a little bounce.
Release the hands. Roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Head and neck, the last thing to come up.
And stand mountain pose, big toes together, heels apart. Roll the shoulders. Come back to your intention. All 10 toes on the mat. Inner thighs squeeze together. Both sides of the rib cage, lifting off the hips, shoulders rolled back, chin slightly tucked, so that the line of the crown of the head is long. Send your gaze where the wall meets the ceiling. From here, we're going to do an exercise for our eyes. Taking your right hand out in front of you. I just have my right index finger. You're going to send your gaze to your index finger. And then without moving your head, move your finger to the right diagonal. And then back to the center while keeping your eyes on your finger. And then the left diagonal as high as you can. Back to the center. Move the finger to the right. Back to the center. To the left. Back to the center. Down the right diagonal. Back to the center. Down the left diagonal. Back to the center. And now move your right finger in a circle, as big of a circle as you can, that you can keep your eyes on your finger without moving your head. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Back to the center, release, open and close your eyes. And other side with the left finger. This time you're going to keep your left finger right in front of your face. Same thing where you keep your eyes on your finger, but this time you're moving your head in all those directions. So the head moves to the right diagonal, but keeps the gaze on the left finger and back to the center. Right diagonal, other side, left diagonal, center. As far as you can to the right. And as far as you can to the left. Down the right diagonal, center. Down the left. And see if you can be aware of your whole body as you're doing this still. What is your feet doing? What are your fingers doing? Now take the head around in a circle while keeping the eyes on the finger. And reverse the circle. Working on your eyes also helps your balance and the fascia when you stretch. Release your hands. And squeeze your eyes shut, squeeze your hands. Inhale, exhale, lion's breath, stick the tongue out and send the gaze to the nose. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, lion's breath. Wiggle the mouth and the nose. Come back to the front of your mat. Inhale. Reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Meet back and down dog. You can move through your flow. Or simply move just to down dog. And from here, we inhale the left foot. Keep the hips parallel. Really pull up through that back kneecap. And then bend the knee, open the hip. You can let the foot dangle. Lift the knee up first.
and then push to the side. The left hand really grounded into the mat. Roll through the spine, left knee to left elbow. And back up. And left knee to right elbow. And back up. Now left knee to the forehead. Place the foot down. Lower the right kneecap. Inhale, lift up. Tuck the tailbone under. Interlace the fingers, this time opposite thumb in front. Now I have my right thumb in front. Bicep squeeze. The ears. Tuck the tailbone under and hinge. Inhale. Exhale, slight back bend. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward, straighten the left foot. Tuck the chin into the chest. Point or flex the foot, half split. Try to relax your shoulders here. And come back. Low lunge. Pull up through the back kneecap. Rock forward and back. Right to warrior two. Spin open the arms, the chest, and the hips. Knife edge of the right foot. Pressing down. Again, tuck the tailbone under to rotate the inner thighs open. In through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Create your drishti, your focal point, with your eyes. And with your body. You have equal energy moving out from the middle finger in both directions. Inhale, exhale, extended side angle. Gaze up or down. If you tried the bind on the first side, try it on this side. Left arm underneath, right arm on top. Lean back. In through the nose, out through the nose. And reach both hands down. Back foot parallel. Step back to your plank and move through your flow. This is the knees, chest, chin option. Goes to baby cobra. Down dog. And walk your feet to your hands. Open the hips about hip width, or open the feet about hip width apart. Gorilla pose, lift the feet up, place the palm facing up underneath your feet. And bend at the elbows and pull. On the exhale. Take a minute to thank your feet for carrying you the whole day. Always being there to support you. You can also use your feet against your hand as a little massage. Release the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Bring the palms to heart center. Squeeze the palms against one another. Tuck the tailbone under.
Come back to your intention. From here, sit back into the hips, into the heels, chair pose. Sit deeper. Keep the front of your ribcage closed, so you may need to feel like a little bit of a tuck in your tailbone. You should be able to lift your toes off, but also place them down without putting weight on them. Inhale, exhale, twist to the right, left elbow on the right knee. Press the palms and open the chest. You can also have a fist if that feels better. We're aiming for our palms in the middle of our sternum. Make sure one knee isn't pulling forward, but the knees stay in one line. Inhale, back to the center and up. Come back, realign. And exhale, sit back into your chair. Twist to the other side. Right elbow to the left knee. Press the palms and twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, all the way up. Open the feet a little bit wider than hip width. Open the toes out. And sit down in a squat. Press the elbows against the knees. And try to open the heart as much as you can. So not hinge forward, but tailbone down, crown of the head up. Chin slightly tucked. From here, I'm going to try a crow pose. So in crow, we're shifting our weight. You can start, there are a few ways to get in, but you can start with the heels together and then lift up on the toes. So the palms are down, toes are lifted up, and then you want to get your knees into your armpit. And then look up, send your gaze to the front of your mat. Lift your knees, bend at the elbows. And then this is crow pose. You can just lift the one foot up and sit down, and then lift the other. And see where your balance is at. Really press all 10 fingers into the mat. We did a lot of warming up with our hands and our fingers today. So you're hinging forward. And you really feel a scoop in your lower abdominals. When you're done playing with crow, we'll meet back in child's pose. And come back to your breath. Bring the palms of your hands together here in child's pose. Walk your hands and roll all the way up through the spine. Come on to your tailbone. Grab the backs of your thighs and rock back and forward a few times. Massaging out your spine to meet in boat pose on your tailbone. Arms reach forward. Open the heart. You can straighten one leg. And then you can either straighten both or switch or keep both bent. Inhale. Exhale, roll down, straighten the legs to hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back up. Inhale, exhale, hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back up. Last one, inhale. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back up. Inhale, this time we hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. And we'll try shoulder stand. So for shoulder stand, I'm gonna bring your hips, this is plow. So my hips are coming over my shoulders. Keep your chin tucked and your gaze looking up to the ceiling. You can use your hands on your lower back to help you. Lift one foot to the ceiling and then the other. Trying to get your hips over your shoulders as much as you can. Squeeze the legs together. And then bend the knees. Slowly lower yourself down. As slow as you can control. Grab the outsides of your feet, press your knees down. Rock from side to side in a happy baby. Release the left leg. Hug the right knee into the chest. Bend the leg and straighten. Flex and bend the knee and the ankle. And straighten. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Bend the knee. Straighten and point. Bring it closer to the armpit each time. You can also use a strap here around your foot and bend and point. From here, wherever you can grab, if you can take the big toe hold with your index finger and your middle finger, you can take that. You can grab the back of your thigh, you can grab your calf, just make sure you're not grabbing your knee. Hips squared. Inhale, hold. So my hips are square, I'm actively pressing down. And then keep the left hip down as you slowly move the foot out to the side. Don't tip over, but really try to control the left side of your body. You're pulling the leg up and down at the same time. Up meaning closer to your shoulder and down meaning closer to the floor. Bring the leg back to the center. Turn the right foot in with a sickle. Stretch the IT band by crossing it on the body slightly. You can lift the hip up. Not a full twist, but just a slight across the body with a foot sickle. In through the nose, out through the nose. And then from here, take it all the way across the body. Forward twist. You can keep hold of the foot or not. Send your gaze over the right shoulder. Think of getting the right cheek down on the mat. And back to the center. Hug the right knee into the chest and lower down. Take a minute, notice the difference between your right leg and your left leg. My right leg feels a lot longer. And I can feel the length from my hip. I hug the left knee into the chest.
And slowly lengthen the left leg up, bend at the knee and hip, and straighten. Bend, bring it closer to the armpit each time. Try to relax your neck and shoulders as you do this. Straighten, hold. You take your big toe, hold. Wherever you are, straighten the knee and square the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the hips still by bringing, and then just bring the left leg to the side. Keep your right leg down. And pull back to the center. Slight cross the body and sickle the foot. And then take the foot all the way across the body. Send the gaze over the left shoulder. And come back to the center. Hug both knees into the chest. Lift your chin and upper back up. And hold and squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, lower your legs down, lower your arms, close your eyes. Let your shoulders drip down. Let the space between your eyebrows soften. Allow the tongue to come to the roof of the mouth. Lips slightly part and jaw relaxes. Ears soften. Eyelids rest against the eyeballs. Fingertips fall open. Backs of the knees release. Toes spread out. Ankles soften. Feel the mat coming up to support you. Notice your breath. Allow your chest and your neck to soften. Staying there in your Shavasana. Allowing your body to melt deeper and deeper into the mat. Feel the opposition of the mat coming up to meet you and your body softening into the mat.
And start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring your body back into the space. Take your time to roll onto one side into a fetal position, hugging your elbows and your knees into your chest. You can use your bicep as a pillow for your head. Allow this posture to be the rebirth of your practice, an opportunity to start over this new moment. And I'll read the quote that I read at the beginning of class. And just take note if you notice anything different this time. Wholehearted attention. When the teachings tell us to make friends with our emotions, they mean to become more attentive and get to know them better. Being ignorant about emotions only makes matters worse. Feeling guilty or ashamed of them does the same. Struggling against them is equally non-productive. The only way to dissolve their power is with our wholehearted, intelligent attention. Only then is it possible to stay steady, connect with the underlying energy, and discover their insubstantial nature. In through the nose, side out through the mouth. Use the strength of your arms to come up into a seated position. Eyes closed. At the third eye point, one hand over your heart and one hand beneath your belly button, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Take a minute to thank yourself for coming to your mat today, for allowing this time for yourself. Remember that you can always come back to your breath throughout your day. You can always come back to your intention as well. Take your palms, rub your hands together, get in between the fingers. Wash that over your face. And bring the palms together. In through the nose, we'll end with one unified Om. The light in me honors and sees the light in each and every one of you. We bow to that which is divine. Namaste.